Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Lovely Ruth. Welcome back to my channel. The last time we spoke was a couple of days ago. It may have been 2 days ago. I had not posted anything, so I'm going to post it. Um, but yeah, it's been a couple of days since we last talked. And please, please, please excuse the lighting because I'm trying to find a place in this living room in the dining room to see where the light or where it looks better. Now I do have a HP, so it's not that high definition like I would like it to be. I don't own a Apple Mac yet, but I'm getting there. And I just wanted to come in and say hi to you guys and just catch up, catch up with some talk, girl talk, men talk, self talk, which is my channel. It's clearly about self talk. I start a conversation actually. Feels like I'm starting a conversation with myself, but actually I'm talking to you guys about things that goes on with me, and maybe you have some type of references, or you're going through the same thing or experiencing the same thing or have experienced the same thing. So day to day, I try to talk things out instead of letting things ride on me or inside of me and pile up. So I've gotten some really, really, really good message and advice and um, things that I did not know about myself. Well, I knew, but once you hear it from somebody and it registered to you, then that's when you get it because you gotta hear it. You can't always hear yourself say, "Oh, I'm shy and timid. I need to leave that alone." When somebody else tell you, "Hey, you this and this," then you'll be like open to the idea. Maybe I am. So it's a lot of things that I myself need to improve for me. You know what I'm saying? So I can be the person that I'm supposed to be, or I can be the better version of me. And speaking of, one thing is that lack minded, how I want to say this, um, that lack mental, uh, you know, I'm messing this up. You know what I'm trying to say? Lack mentality. That's I'm so sorry, y'all. The lack mentality, like I don't have enough, and things are always gonna be rough, and I'm broke, and all that. I had to step away from that. I have to step away from that. I don't know where that spirit come from. I don't know why, that thing is on my back to think like I'm broke and I don't know what to do with my money. Money don't come. All of this is it's a mental thing, right? But you have to actually be aware. First of all, you got to be aware of that's what's going on in you, with you, and then secondly, you have to be make a strategic plan to get out of that state of mind, and start to improve yourself. And I that's not the only problem that I have. I know do not, I'm not consistent. I don't do anything repetitive, and I don't know why. I just stop and start. I'm all over the place. And that's the one thing I need to work on myself, is to calm down, finish what I start, continue to pick it up the next day. If I journal, I'll write in a book, and I sometimes I don't even know what I want to write. And so I'll write down, one day I'll write down how I'm feeling that day. The next day I might not write it all. Then when I pick my pen back up, it's writing something, some prayer, I mean a prayer or a scripture or something that I need to do, or and then I'll put the pen down again. And told you guys once before, I started a book. I did. I think I'm going to make it out of an ebook. But I started a book. It reads really well. I stopped. I hadn't picked it up yet. And I said that I was going to start it over the other night. Let me start again the other night, and I didn't. So It's a lot of stuff that's going on in my life right now, and for me to have that forefront on my mind, it takes away the my ability to, set my mind to writing again. And I need to do something different. So I'm gonna sit down tonight. I promise. I promise myself to do this. I'm gonna sit down tonight and all this weekend and sit and strategize on a plan for me to do each and every day. If I have to post it on the refrigerator, I'm going to do that each and every day. Make a plan and a goal, a tiny goal for myself for the week. And I'm going to take it day by day, week by week, then month by month. So I'm going to do baby steps into this so I can condition myself. After 30 days, I should be good, up and popping. Condition myself to do something consistently every day, not just wash my face, brush my teeth, take a shower. Not just that. That's a plus. That's a must, right? So I'm talking about something that would um help me, help me build my self-esteem up, help me to um have a vision for my life, something that I'm going to benefit from in the long run. It's a lot of things that I need to change about me. It's a lot of things that's in me that's keeping me from the future me. Like I feel like I'm stuck. I don't want to go places. I don't want to do anything. It's not. I feel in my mind it's nothing to do. It's nowhere to go, and it's just in my mind, right? And I met this lady, and like I think I mentioned her before. I met her. She's everything that I would inspire to be, and I just know her for a few weeks, right? A month maybe. And I love the way she's a go-getter, and she has all these plans, and she have a life. It's like I on the other hand, I admire her. And then she's so, I mean, she just God sent. She just was sitting in my life at the perfect time when I needed her the most. So she's encouraging me to get out and enjoy my life. Nobody has ever said, Ruthie, get up and go, get up and come here, get up and go check this out. We're gonna have fun. Let's go dance. And I went line dancing, and I've never line danced before. Well, not professionally. So we went line dancing yesterday, a group of us, and it was so much fun. See, I didn't give myself a chance to experience things like that. So I'm gonna sit down and write me out a so-called bucket list of the things that I hadn't done that I want to do. And I think me and it's gonna be Thelma and Louise, because me and her are gonna go. We're gonna go. We're gonna tackle these things, right? And she's so special. She's just God sent, and I love her already. And for her to encourage me and to get me out of my comfort zone, um, that's a plus for me. Yay! That's really really good for me. I will never ever forget her. Um, I love her so much. And I have a couple of more friends that I have made recently, just this year. And I'm really trying to come out of my shell and do things that I haven't never ever done before, so I can get to where I never ever been before. And I'm gonna live that type of life. I'm not just gonna waste my life here sitting on a couch, laying on a couch, being a couch potato, watching Netflix and eating cookies and just getting fat, and that don't know how to live life, right? So I am. And then plus I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, I thought I was more confident in myself, which I'm working on my confidence a little bit more. But when it comes down to men and talking to men, to actually dealing with men, I'm still shy. It's like I still look away. I still don't stare people in their eyes. I still fidget, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not ready. I realized I thought I was. I thought my rap game was on, and all of this, but I realized that me personally, if I find a guy attractive and we're talking right, and I don't know what it is about. it's not that I don't think I'm worthy of talking to him or anything. It's not that I'm way worthy of the opponent. It's just that the little girl in me, the little giddy girl, teenage girl, it comes out. She comes out like, ooh, I don't know what to say. He's so cute, and I get the dreamy eye thing, and I get the I don't know. And then people could kind of like pick up on your self esteem, right? People could pick up on your timidness and your vibes, and some people, if you're not careful, some people will take advantage of that, and they know they don't, they don't want to deal with a woman like that. They want a true, confident woman, but they will um, allow themselves to talk to a woman that has low self esteem because that's an advantage to them. They think that, okay, she shy and timid and she'll let me run all over her. But sometimes that's not the case. And in my case, I don't let people run over me per se. I do attract, I think I attract the wrong, the most un, unbalanced, well, unequally joke. I want to say on you. I the opposite of what bad boys. Just we just like bad boys. Just put it that way. We do. We feel. I feel this vibe of this he a bad guy. He's not bad like he do bad things, but bad as in sneaky bad and stuff. And um, I don't want to attract men like that anymore. I do not want to give out that vibe. So I have to reconstruct myself. I have to rethink in my head what I want, and then I gotta act the part. I have to be that person that I kind of want. You know what I'm saying? I have to be, because we gotta stand face to face, shoulder to shoulder, so to speak. So, um, oh, I just it really irks me that I'm like that. Where did I get that from? I don't remember my mom and my dad being shy or any of that. Why do people? That's a good question. Why are people shy? That is not of God. That is not of God. God said no. It's in the Bible somewhere. It said no. That's not who you are. That's a person who would lie and cheat and do all this. I think somewhere in the Bible where it said shyness does not, mm, I gotta find that scripture. I gotta find my little purple book, but I'm gonna bring that up the next time we talk. I'm gonna try to bring that up, um, and quote and get the quote. But yeah, I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I guess I've been sheltered all my life. Come on, sometimes you got to think back into your childhood and see where some of these things stemmed from, right? So I'm thinking, I know I was sheltered all my life. Like I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything. Had to have permission to go here, or if I did get to go. Hand me downs, all these brothers and sisters that was before me, and they did just about anything they wanted to do, and then here I am, quiet, sitting in a corner somewhere in my room with my headphones on half of the time. Didn't have very many friends. If I did, then they were like hi and bye friends, because I feel like I didn't need anyone. I don't know if I'm the only one like that. I like to be by myself sometimes. I like to maybe I gotten used to it. I like to be by myself sometimes. Sometimes I just like to be alone. I like to work alone. I like to just be be by myself, right? But you know, one a person would ask, "Don't isn't that lonely? Isn't that?" But I was raised with a bunch of brothers and sisters, and I did not. It's not that I didn't find a place in there. It's just that I didn't want to. I didn't want to be the center of attention, so I didn't do anything wrong, and I didn't want to. You know, I know I just kept my place, and I think that's where it stems from. I kept my place. I didn't want to fight anybody. I didn't want to push elbows. I didn't want to demand because I was that spoiled brat. I was, but I did not I did not I just didn't want to make no waves. I was kind of standoffish. I've always been kind of standoffish. And I think that's what got me to where I am is I'm gotten I have gotten content with uh being by myself, being in my place by myself, not dating. I shut off dating. I shut off having friends because sometimes friends aren't your friends. I shut off family members because my family is all about self-centered. It's a lot of self-centeredness. It's a lot of what's mine is mine. It's a lot of I don't, that's not my problem. She hurting or her car stopped. That's not my problem. Call a tow driver or whatever. It's no help, you know. It could take a mental toll on you when you have all these brothers and sisters and you can't really depend on them. You know what I'm saying? So in my childhood, lately I've been thinking about some stuff that we went through as children, and where was my place in back then. Where was I? What was I doing? Why did I do it? Why didn't I go to outside to play with the next door neighbor little girl, or why didn't I want to ride a bike, or why did I not want to play kickball or baseball when they were playing, and why did I always stay around my mom and my dad, mostly my dad? Why did I isolate myself? Like I literally would go in my room, get in my little bed, and put my headphones on and listen to music all the time. And that's all I did. So when I was in high school, when I got older and was in high school, it was like I didn't even. Oh, the fun fact about me, I didn't like to hang around girls. I didn't have maybe one or two friends, at the max three solid friends throughout my middle school or whatever. One in through elementary, but two or three in high school, middle school. But it was like most of the time I hung, and I wasn't a homeboy. I mean, I wouldn't know tomboy or whatever they call them. I hung around the football players. I hung around guys all the time. It was always a guy in my face, and nothing sexually because I couldn't even. Oh Lord, oh no, I couldn't even think about having a boyfriend. And so, there was this one guy. He used to follow me home, and he thought he was my boyfriend, but he wasn't my boyfriend because couldn't have no boyfriend. But anyway, um, yeah, I had a couple of friends, but I would eat lunch by myself. Or the guys would come sit with me or talk to me or whatever, and we'd conversate or whatever. But it was like every girl. It's just I didn't like mess. I did not want to fight, but I had a fight before in high school. Yeah, it was in elementary. Yeah, you know how you use them walk home. Um, I'm gonna fight you after school kind of thing. You walking home and the fight or whatever. It was a little really quick fight. It wasn't no big deal. Um, yeah, I think we all experienced that. Hey, don't mess with Miss Ruthie, cause no. But anyway, anyway, I kind of reminisce on things that happened in my past, in my childhood, in my teenage, and when I did start like liking guys and dating guys, it was like uh, experiencing kissing. I remember, yeah, I remember my first kiss. I remember the guy who was with. I liked him. We didn't know nothing about nothing there, and yeah. And of course, my parents had to like them. Of course, my parents had to like them to even have them around me. So I didn't get to do much. I didn't get to go places, like I said. But um, I had some experiencing as far as the kiss and the holding hand, writing letters, and you know I remember this every Valentine's Day. I would get Valentine's Day in high school, um, or whatever grade you in. The guys would come with roses, um, to give the girl. They liked them, right? And I would always get two or three of them. And when you get two or three of them, you got it at the end of this. at the end of the day, you gotta explain like who else gave you a rose or whatever. But I would always get those. I used to love Valentine's Day back then. Yeah, I still do. It's still one of my favorite holidays. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love, 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 love. And I love the idea of showing love because most people don't know how to show it. If somebody like you, they should express that to you, right? No, no second guessing. But anyway, what did I discover when I was 5, 6 years old? I was I didn't really hang. I didn't hang. I didn't hang out. I thought I was too good for that or too prissy for that or I don't know what was going on in my mind. All I wanted to do is be Susie homemaker. I wanted to watch my mama cook, clean, sew. I wanted to, and she would be on her sewing machine. So I decided when she was on her sewing machine, I'm in there with her looking, checking it out. And like, um, I want to do that one day. My dad, when he wanted to go to, so he going to the corner store, whatever, I want to get in that car and I want to go with him because he was gonna buy me something. So I already knew that. And then he just, I don't know, I just admired my dad. I always talk about him. I just admire him, and he was a good dad. He never tried to sexually harass us or do anything stupid. He was just a good dad. He was just one of those good dads. And he had his faults. Like he liked to spend money. That's where I get that from. His money would burn a hole in his pocket. My dad would fast as he'd get money, he'd lose money. He wasn't a gambler or anything in the later years. He started playing the lottery a lot and he would borrow borrow money like I'm doing. Borrow money to uh to play lottery because in his mind of minds that one day he would see this family rich and we're gonna be rich and we're gonna win the lottery and we're gonna move away from here like the Beverly Hillbillies, right? So that was his goal. So that's why he played the lottery. Yeah, and some scratch off. He didn't get into too much involved in scratch offs because this is what's the thrill in scratching it off and it's no suspense there, right? So anyway, my dad would always spend his money and but if he had some money and he'll go to the store and buy something for him, he would always buy something for my mom. You have to bring her back something, right? So he would buy her stuff, and every once in a while he'll buy me some candy or something. Um, yeah, just love my dad. But and he treated us all good. He treated us all good. He didn't like idolize or put somebody on the pedestal, which I thought he did. But he didn't show it. Nobody tell that I was his favorite because, he loved all of us. He really did. He really did. To stick around that long, he really loved us. But other than that, I'm trying to see. Oh, when they say your mind could be um your mindset could be still in the same era as back in the day. One of those things was my mom used to always tell us, y'all ain't gonna ever be able to drive. Y'all not gonna be able to drive. I don't drive. I'm nervous. Y'all not gonna be able to get it. She would tell the girls that y'all ain't gonna drive because y'all ain't gonna be able to do that. I guess she just because she didn't want us to. And she would always, always say that, right? And it would put the fear in us. Like, I don't, I want to drive. I mean, I'm gonna want to drive. So when I did start dating, and I think this guy used to like me. I told this story before. This guy used to like me. He would, he would he had a car and he would want to drop me off at home. I'm gonna take you home. I'm gonna take you home, and he would. But sometimes I would ask him to let me drive. He say, "Okay." People like you, they do what what you want them to do. So he used to let me drive around the corner. I mean, it was something. It wasn't much, but it was something. But I was so scared. But in my mind was made up. I was determined to drive. My dad used to take me to work so many, I mean, for years, like back and forth, to work. And it was like, I want to drive. And I told him one day, I said, Dad, I want to drive. I'm saving up some money to buy me a car. He said, okay, well, I'm gonna take you up here to get you a car. So he took me to get my first car. I remember that. And I was so scared. But I got my driver's license prior to that because I took my driver's test in my friend's car, I think. Yeah. And I was too scared to tell my mom. I was too scared to tell my mom because I think I thought she was going to kill us. Like, what? What are you doing? And she said, okay, okay. And my dad was 100% behind me. So, yeah, let her drive. She needs to get back and forth. And then especially when I had my kids, it was like, it's time to, get in the car. So that was that. So I can't think of anything else that would have formed me to be who I am today. I think I had to. Um, One other thing was to um, actually think about my religion because we were always in church. I stayed in church with my mom, Bible school, all of it. I can always remember being at church, right? And so now I feel like I have to be in church. Sometimes for a long time I didn't go to church. It was like I was trying to find my identity as far as I find my Christian or do I want to go to church. I felt guilty not going and I felt bad going because I felt that you had to dress a certain way, you had to look a certain way, you had to act a certain way, you have to be a lady and you have to do this and got to do that and you got to, and it was like by the rules. So when I didn't have the means to dress up and go to church, I didn't want to go. Especially after my mom got sick and I didn't want to go anymore. And she didn't go because she was sick and I didn't want to go without her. And I went a couple times and I just was making some stuff up. Like I was just putting stuff in my head. Oh, like look at the first lady don't even come in and speak to this was an old church way back in the day. I mean, and then it changed. Your pastors die and grow old and die, whatever. But when the younger generation start coming in, that was like they start like that church. Every other church is gonna change because it changes. And so I couldn't find my way anymore in that church, and I quit for a long time. And I would lay in bed on Sunday mornings, looking at the ceiling and saying, "I need to get up and go to church." Literally, I'm saying this right. I need to go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna find something where I'm gonna. Then 2 seconds later, I'm like, I don't have no pantyhose. I'm not going. I'm not going. Nah, I need some pantyhose. So instead of me getting pantyhose the day before, I didn't. So I was trying to get out of. Apparently, I was trying to get out of it, not going. So, but anyway, I got past the pantyhose. When I got past the pantyhose things, it was like, should I go? No, I ain't gonna go today. Should I go? I don't got nothing to wear. No, I ain't got nothing to wear this week. No, I'm not gonna go. Then the next weekend, it was like, no, I'm not gonna go because I don't have no money to. I don't have no money for the offering. So postpone. I kept postponing, just making up excuse, just making up excuse after excuse not to go. And so I did start back going. I went to a whole nother church, and that's a whole nother chapter in my life. But I committed myself to this church, but I did it in the sense of uh, I did it in a sense of promising myself, making myself commit to a church because what I want to say this. My mom had passed, right? And I used to remember prior we had stopped going to the church where we used to go. Our pastor had passed away, and then another generation, his nephew or whatever, took over the church and whatever. So we left that church, and I left that church too. And mostly it was my mom's church. I just went; everybody knew me. but I just went. But when she passed, mm, when she passed, I had the new pastor that was going to his church. I had him officiate the ceremony because I didn't know if anybody at the old church would do it. So he did. He took it in. You know, I had just been with him. I had just been in and out of his church for a while, but he took her in and officiated over her body, and I think I'm using the right word. And helped me bury my mom. Helped us bury her through a church because mama was just gonna go through no funeral home. It had to be a church because that's what she was born and raised, in a church, right? So I felt obligated in a way to join that church for, to in appreciation of that, and that I needed a church. I really needed a church to go to, and I was asking for a year or so. I was looking for a church to go to, and I had been praying for a church to go to that was close to me. I can get in and out and whatever, and that was the church that I chose. But it just felt like I made a commitment to the church because I felt like I owed my pastor the you know I don't know, it was just so crazy, so mixed up, right? So I started going there and I loved it. At first I was like, ooh, this is my church, this is my jam or whatever. But I was going to church, and the story about the distractions and all the stuff, other stuff that was going, that's a whole nother chapter. We'll get into that one day. And I started not going. COVID came, and even after COVID, it was like, you know, can't get back in there. It was like a lot of things I couldn't get back into when after COVID hit. It's like it literally, literally changed my whole entire life as I knew it. Um, Church was different. I kind of like slid out of church. I didn't backslide. By no means did I back backslid. I always have God. I'm always have God with me. God is with us. Remember that. God is with us always. So never backslid. It's just that sometimes when we're in a place where we're making ourselves be right, and it's not good for your soul to be somewhere when you have convictions, even with yourself. It's not right to go before God and you have all these convictions and you have all these things that's going on with you. God wants you, and he wants you to focus on him, and it's just you and him. It shouldn't be any kind of distractions within the church. Of course church is going to bring it, but it shouldn't be this and that and carrying on and whispers and this, and I mean, people gonna check you out. People gonna look at your clothes. I'm not even mad at that. Check me out. I don't care. Yes, I don't wear designer suits or top hats or whatever kind of hats. I don't dress to the gods like that. I don't. I wear a simple dress. I present myself really, really well. Of course, if I do it at the store, who can tell me not to present myself to God? So, but I'm presentable, and I go to God and I pray and I worship. So when I go to church, I pray and worship. It's not about the religion now. Mind you, I am Baptist. I go and pray. This is me. My mom was like this too. My mom go and serve. She was on the worship board, so she'd go and serve, and I would look at her, and she did not play. She had that frown on her face. She did not play. She sat down. When she sat down in church, she had two friends to her name, and she just did her served her thing, and she did her job there, and she got in the car and she went home, and that was it. That was the end of that. So she didn't have to mix and mingle in with all the people in the church and everything. She did what she's supposed to do. Now she did, she knew, but I admired that about her, that she wanted to just go praise the Lord, be a servant, And me too. I just want to praise God and go. I don't want no distraction. I don't want nobody checking me out and oh, her she's voluptuous or she's curvy and oh, look at them thighs. I don't want none of that. I'm not there for that. I'm not there to I'm not looking at nobody else's husband by me being single, black, young, and black in a church without a man coming in there with me. It's it's open season. They men think it's open season. Let me go. Let me try to talk to. If they can't approach me or whatever, they'll start a room. And it was like that at my job when I was in my when I first started my job. And these guys, these truck drivers, would like pinpoint me as their girlfriend and never said a word to me before in their life. They would just like claim that they go with me. I'm their woman. It was so weird. It's just so weird. And nope, nope, none for me. None for me. But you can easily be lied on in an environment because you can't defend yourself because you don't even know who you're defending yourself from, right? So, but anyway, church was a that was a distraction. And then I left for a while. Every once in a while, I'll go sit in there and come out. It was like it just it takes everything for me to go in there nowadays and sit there and enjoy it because of all of the things that I experienced, and the pettiness and the self-centeredness and all about self and gossip and stuff. So I'm like, So I've joined a church, like I said the other day. I really like this church. I really like my pastor. I like the fact that we go in and praise God, worship God, you know, and we out of there. It's like it's amazing. It's the church that I always wanted to go to. It's a church that I always was drawn to. So I imagine when I meet someone or meet my significant other, maybe he and I could go to his church or we'd find our own, decide on our own church home together. Um, but I'm looking forward to. But I nowadays I don't care what I don't have, and I don't have any money right now, so I can't tithe or anything. So I will go, and I will still go because I can't let that keep me from hearing the word of God and coming unto his altar. And I won't let nothing stop me from doing that. So, yeah, I'll spring up out the bed on Sundays and I'll get dressed and I'll go to church. And then I'll get back in that little car and come on, drive on back. And I did it, I sought the Lord. I'm gonna seek Him. I get up and seek Him and look for Him in the daytime, and I look for Him in the evening, and the nighttime, in the middle of the night sometimes, in the middle of the night. So that's gonna always be me. That's gonna always be me. That's gonna always be my posture, seeking God. So, um, I'm gonna always do that. I woke up last night. I woke up last night. In the middle of the night. Of course, I thought it was the middle of the night. I said, I don't want. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. I woke up and I kept hearing these beep, 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 like a truck was backing up. Right? Like I said, dang, because I'm on the third floor. So I said, dang, it's a truck. I mean, first thing in my mind was, it's a record truck out there taking my car. I can laugh at these things, right? Because I got to keep my sense of humor. It's a record truck out there. I said, I bet they taking my car. I hope they not taking my car. Please don't take my car. And I thought about it. I say, okay, they could take it. I don't care. It's God's anyway. I don't care. It's not for me. It's not for me. Whatever. I'm going back to sleep. So I turned over and went back to sleep. I couldn't, at that time of night, I couldn't have cared less. So my second mind was get up, I can't go right back to sleep. Get up and start praying and praising God and stuff. And I said, "Oh, thank you, God." And I turned over and went to sleep because it was just 4:30. It wasn't. It was just 4:30 because 30 minutes later my alarm go off at 5. So it wasn't to me in the middle of the night. The middle of the night is 2:33 in the morning. So uh So I was tired this morning. Yeah, I was slow, but I was slow moving this morning. I got up and the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. So I'll tell Alexa to snooze 3 times. How crazy is that? Why am I telling her to snooze? Keep turning over, telling her to snooze every time she come on. I woke up by in between 5 and 6. I'll wake up 4 times telling her to snooze. So this morning I say, Alexa, reset the alarm for 6 o'clock. She said, okay. Alarm set for 6 a.m. tomorrow. Oh no. Look what I did. And so she did, right? And I need her to do that. I need her 6 o'clock because I ain't getting up at no 5 o'clock. As a matter of fact, it's Saturday tomorrow. No, 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 I'm gonna cancel that. Alexa, cancel the alarm for tomorrow. 6 a.m. alarm canceled. Cause I can't. I'm not gonna get up at 6 o'clock on Saturday. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow. But anyway, I'll get. I've been getting up at 5, waking up at 5, and trying to get into the habit of getting up early. Um, getting in a practice of moving it, moving it, and I'm timing myself as to how long it takes to get dressed and get ready. So Walter was right. My grandson was right. Say he told somebody to take me 2 hours to do my hair and makeup, which is probably it's somewhere around that because I what I do now is I take my time because I don't have to rush anything. What I'm rushing for. That's why people get anxieties because why are you rushing? It doesn't really take me 2 hours to do my hair and makeup. My makeup is simple: foundation, eyeshadow, eyebrows, a little blush. Don't even hardly wear lipstick. I'll line I'm out the door. It's not that big of a deal, of course, but I take my time. I breathe. I lash each eyelash with mascara, taking my time with that, drawing my eyebrows, and I take my time while I'm listening to my gospel music while I'm praising and worshiping. And it's the best routine that I have ever, ever done in my life. I had been doing this now for a good year, year, about a year and a half now. Um, praise and worship, listen to spiritual music, and some songs came on this morning that, whew, I thank God for Alexa. She's pretty good. That's my ace coon boom. I'm never alone when she here. I could just talk to her and the jokes and all that. She keeps me alert. But you're never alone anyway, because God is always with you. Remember that. Never alone. But anyway, my routine is my hair and makeup, and then shower and change or whatever, and then put on my clothes, and then I have time to. If I have time, I'll come in here and make me a cup of coffee. Um, Pull out something to wear, put something on. Like this morning, I didn't really have anywhere to go. I had plans, but they were canceled. So I had time to change and find something to put on, and it's so hot. So I was like, I want to put on something cool because I know I'm gonna sweat. So I had to take my sister somewhere. So anyway, to make a long story short, my routine is that just taking my time to get myself together because I don't know, some time on my hands, but I enjoy, let me tell you what I do enjoy though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Talking to God, talking to Jesus, talking to Him. And don't think I'm crazy because I walk around here and I will talk to Jesus. That's something we all should do. We should all talk to Jesus. Talk to him. He may not answer you back. He may not. You may think you're crazy. You're in the room. You're talking to God. You're just talking to Jesus, and you're just saying. After you pray, of course, you gotta pray, um, and just start talking to him, and stuff will rise, and I'll say, what you think about that or whatever. So I won't let these thoughts and those thoughts will come in your head. Some random thought will come in your head, and I always try to focus back on God and what I want to say to Him and what I want to present to Him or questions that I have or whatever. And throughout the day, trust me when I say this. Throughout the day, you're gonna find those answers to the questions that you're asking in midair. You're gonna find those answers. They're gonna come to you. May not be what you want to hear, But you're gonna say, "Oh, I did inquire about that." You know what I'm saying? So I know God is listening. He always listens. He always hears your prayers. And sometimes He just wants you to be still and be quiet. And yesterday when I came in, yesterday my lights got cut off. Yeah, my lights was off. I was at my sister's house and I was looking at my blink. I have a blink camera, right? And on my phone it said offline. I say offline. Only way it's offline is the lights went off. And it wasn't storming yesterday. Lights must have went out. I said, well, what if the internet off and not the lights? I said, well, how am I know the lights ain't off? So I looked and I checked the internet. The internet was on, but it had to been a light. So when I looked at my light bill, of course it was a disconnect. Of course, money. And then so oh God is so good. I said, I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming because it's the phone, then it's the lights, and then it's the internet, and then of course the car and the mortgage is way up here. So those little three bills, right? I say, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I can't do it, right? So I'm gonna have to just I don't know what to do. When it happened, I'm gonna deal with it then. So I said, dang, I don't know what to do here. But God had made it to where I got up that morning. I got up that morning, got ready, uh, told my sister I was coming over there to visit her and sit with her and talk to her and eat lunch with her. But I said I'm gonna run an errand first. So I went to the I went to Macy's. I went to Macy's. I remember this. I don't have any money, right? I just went to Macy's just to speak to my old colleagues and to get samples. It was a sample that I wanted from this wise, beautiful woman that works in the cosmetics. And so I was talking to people throughout the store, and it was like I couldn't get everybody. So it was like I was there for a while too, just talking and expressing myself, and God was just blessing me and blessing them with talking and just getting talking, just freely talking, right? And then I left, and then some told me to go to. I stopped at Ross because I said, you know what? I want I want to prove to myself that I am still alive and I can still do the things and I can still look at clothes and shoes and purses and bags and hats and everything else without having the temptation to buy it or stealing. I don't steal, right? I can still walk in there as if I have money or if I have the means to buy it, right? So I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it, test myself. I'm just gonna do it. I walked in there and I started, you know, walking. So let's see what type of dresses they have this summer, spring, or whatever. And so I was looking at a couple of dresses. I was pulling some racks back, and some lady got in my way, and they don't have no sense of people. Some people don't have no sense of your space. This is your space. This is my space. Let me move from this section, and then you can ease over here. But okay, so that happened, right? And so I was, on the same row, and I was looking at size 12s and in between the size 12s and 14s, because I'm just voluptuous now. So so that voluptuous, don't believe that. So this lady came. She was so sweet. She said, "Excuse me, can I?" I said, "Sure, come on, come on." So she got in there, right? She pulled this dress. She was asking me about this dress. Me and her had this very good conversation about this beautiful dress. I said, "You make her wear it in a 12." No, she said, "My stomach." I said, "Well, I got a stomach too." So, but I think you can say, "Does it stretch?" And we was just talking back and forth. And she said, "Yeah, I do love this dress." Then she said, "Well, look, it's got a stain on it anyway, so it's not for me." I said, okay, well, just you'll find something. And then she said, she went to the other side of the rack. She said, I really liked it. As soon as she said that, I had the other one in my hand. I say, this thing? She said, oh my God, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. And I say, well, here it is. She said, oh, please tell me it's in my size. I said, this look like your size. So I wouldn't even worry about what the ticket said. I just look like your size. She said, I have been looking for this, I went to all these stores, right? And I found one in Galveston, and I said, I'll find it later. And she said she looked everywhere for this jumper. It was beautiful. And she said, I'm so grateful you found that. She gave me a hug and everything. It was like, oh, you saved my life. I mean, you just made my day today. Not say my life. You made my day today. I said, I'm so happy that I did. And she said, oh, thank you so much. I mean, she was really, really grateful. And of course, I walked out the store. I was like, that's why I went in that store. That was my purpose for that day. So it was done. It was like I touched a lot of people's lives yesterday, and it was so good. It was like so good. I was proud of myself. But then my when I got to my sister and sitting down, and I discovered my lights was off, and I said, "What's next?" And I told my sister the lights were on, and she was asking me how much was it, and it wasn't much. It was $127, which is crazy why they turned it off. It's hot or whatever. Why would you turning the lights off? So I called the people. I said, I can't pay it. Give me till Monday, blah, blah, blah. And they said, well, we can't turn it back on. Well, how about this? Can you just give us $74? I say, $74 is doable than the other, you know. So I said to myself, I sit on the couch and say, oh Lord, I don't know where I'm gonna get $74 from. She said, well, I'm gonna give it to you, but you know, I just you always should keep stuff for a rainy day. She fussing, she giving me this lecture. How am I gonna keep something for a rainy day when I don't have? I know all the decisions that led up to where I am right now should have been prevented. I should have been putting, and the more money I put away, the more I needed it for something. Somebody draining me, asking me for something. I'm buying. I went really crazy when I got this apartment. So I started buying stuff like I needed this apartment. And I didn't think ahead that I would have to quit that job for my safety and my mentality. So I didn't plan right. But she was fussing, but she gave me the money. So I had to find out the hard way that old folks, they like cash. They don't believe, they can't transfer no money. So she gave me the money, right? And I had to go call the store to see if they accept the light bill because I don't have a light bill because my light bills are online. So the lady said at the store, she said, no, you got to have a piece of a bill. So I had to come in the house, get a bill, find a bill because I remember a notice, some the company had put something in my mailbox the other day. So I got that, ran to the store, turned the thing on. But as I was standing in the line, I met this other older woman. She was talking to me. So, my God, everybody wanted to talk yesterday. Everybody wanted to hear me or for me to, I'm a good listener. So if you ever want to discuss something with me, I am all ears. Some sometimes I will, give you advice. I will start off giving you advice, but you're gonna see God in there. I'm gonna have to put Jesus in there. I'm gonna have to say, okay, you gotta ask God, what would God tell you to do, and you know. So I helped her. I mean, I was talking to her. She was just sweet. We was talking about the layoffs at school and everything, and she was a sweet lady. So I came home, lights were still off. So I made a little pallet. It wasn't dark in here. And everything. I have a lot of light in here. So I made a pallet on the floor. God kept saying, "Be still. Just be relaxed. Turn it. I mean, you can't turn off your computer. Yeah, my phone was on rather. Yeah, my iPad. I had my iPad and I had my phone, and kept saying, just be still, just be quiet, just listen, just be quiet. And I kept tossing and turning. 'Cause I was laying there, I was tossing it. I was like, and my friends kept texting me from my old store. They kept texting me, talking about a vacation, talking about we're gonna go out, hang out, drink or whatever. I don't drink. And I said, yeah, blah blah blah. So I was trying to lay down. And then my friend that I met a couple of months back, that angel of mine, she texted me, she said, what are you doing? I say, nothing. And she said, well, meet me at this place at 7 because we're going to go dance. We're going to go line dance. And I'm like, I didn't respond to her for a while. And then I said, what's the attire? She said, "Oh, you getting out the house? Yeah, you gotta come, please." I said, "Okay, what's the time?" She said, "Yay!" I didn't even tell her nothing yet. She said, "Yay, we going out." And I got up, got ready, went to the place, and I had a good time. I'm glad she did ask me. She is so sweet. So I line dance. I met all these nice women. These people are so down to earth. I can't dance worth of nothing. I can't move it and groove it like I I didn't even used to be able to do it. And I know I can't do it now. But it was like, to me, I look at it like more so cardio. Like I'm getting the exercise in. So I'm gonna start doing that. That's gonna be part of my routine. I'm gonna hang out with my best friend. We're gonna go to the movies. And I'm just gonna put myself out there. I'm just gonna be who I am. Nothing bad. I'm not gonna go stand in no club or anything, but just events, parties, maybe some picnics or something like that. Cause what good is gonna come for being in the house all the time, stuck in the house all the time, and just here. You know what's here. You know what's not here. So might as well just get out there. So I've been like, even that I'm not working right now, and I think I'm gonna start working soon. Uh, I still would get up and put some clothes on and get dressed to go somewhere, even if it's to walk out. It's too hot to walk, but just to walk out to the dumpster, throw trash out, and walk back. That's fine enough for me. That's kind of done my my duty that day. But it's not like my mom's here or anything, and I can't just jump in my car and run over there and talk to my mom. So I just can't. And my sister's there pretty piece from me. It's not that far, but it's like you gotta put an effort to get over there. So um I like to talk to her. Um my family is closed in, like they don't like to do anything. And if you come over there to their house, you go, you're bored, right? You like they looking at you like, why is she over here? Can't entertain her. But it's just feels so good to go out. Now I need to be enjoying this time because when I start back working again, got this little break, right? When I start back working again, it's going to be work. It's going to be learning. It's going to be time away. It's going to be a draw. It might be a commute. It might be, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to take a lot of my time. I know at least 8 or 9 hours a day out of my time. And what am I doing now? Absolutely nothing. I can't even sit down and constantly write something every day. So it's like I need to get with the program. And that's what I'm gonna start doing. I told y'all that when I started talking. I'm gonna start I'm gonna get my life together. Y'all gonna see a change. Gonna see a change in me. Watch. Just you watch. And look forward to my next video. I'm going to let you guys know what I did this weekend or what's become of this weekend. Ooh. And hopefully things will turn around for me really quick, and we'll be back on the track, on the right track. Because God got to get me right back where I was going, to the direction that He's sending me in, and not the direction I want to go, but where God wants me to go. And that's what I'm looking forward to. All right, that's exciting. Okay, I will get off here, and I will catch you guys in a later video. I hope you guys enjoy your evening. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. Hope you guys loved on yourself. And I say this, let me make a disclaimer on this. I say love on yourself. I say this every time we're on here. Love on yourself, love your family, love others. Love on yourself. I got to take that same advice. I got to say I love me daily. I have to convince myself that I love me, and I do love me. But somewhere it's not sticking, because if I love me enough, love should be just coming pouring in, and it's coming. Through the friends that I'm new friends that I'm attaining, and like I say, I know a snake when I see one. So I'm not letting get anything get over on me. I'm still, you know, still alert about who I let in my circle. So, saying that to say this, the more I'm loving myself, the more love is going to come into my life. So I have to take my own advice and love myself. Now I do look at myself and I say, oh, you look good, girl. Pass by that mirror and say, you look good. But on the outside does not reflect how you feel on the inside. So we got to start there. We got to start there. Cleansing and loving ourselves, healing and loving ourselves, and just taking what we have old and rotten and ugly, take it out of there. Get rid of it. Put it behind you. Start new. Start clean. Start self-help. Start reading. Start and having people that love themselves and love others and display Jesus and always loving and kind and have always had a kind spoken word. Those are the type of people that I want in my life. Those are the type of people that can feed me, nourish me in the word of God, you know? And that's what I want. I'm sorry. That's just it. That's the bottom line. Okay, let me get off of here. I'm gonna see you guys in a later video. Take care, and I will see you the next time. I love you. Bye.